Hey, Bears fans. Man, what a crazy day. Bears got Ben Johnson. And I don't know about you, but I'm ecstatic. I know a lot of Bears fans are. And this is going to be hopefully a momentous day going forth for Bears Nation out there. Bears got the guy I think everybody wanted, Ben Johnson. I know there was all this talk about Mike McCarthy possibly being the head coach. There's Mike Tomlin, all this kind of smoke and mirror type of stuff out there. But in the end of the day, Ben Johnson was the guy, and the Bears got him. And I think a lot of Bears fans are happy. I'm looking at all over Twitter and kind of what's happening out there in the social world, and man, everybody's so ecstatic, and rightfully so. You're talking about one of the best play callers probably in the past like 20 years in the NFL. It's hard to say that anybody's going to be necessarily disappointed. That being said, you do got to be a little bit cautious because it is the Bears. It is the Bears. But I think they've approached this a lot better. I also hear that Dennis Allen is potentially going to be the next DC as well, and that'll be great because I think the knock on Ben Johnson has been that he hasn't been a head coach. He's young, and that's where Dennis Allen comes in. Dennis Allen being a head coach twice with the Oakland Raiders, or I think they were Oakland Raiders by then, and then also most recently with New Orleans. But at the same time, he's had a really great defensive coordinator career. He's had several seasons like in the top 10. It was there with developing Cam Jordan, Marshawn Lattimore, Demario Davis. Uh, that whole era for the Saints. So he's he's been really great from the defensive standpoint and can provide some head coaching stability to be like, hey, Ben Johnson, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I would normally do this, and then kind of just bounce off some of those ideas. So overall, I think that combination is probably as good as you're going to get with Ben Johnson there. Um, Now, with regards to Ben Johnson and the offense, I mean, obviously the biggest thing for the Bears right now is just be excited first, but then obviously they're going to get to it with working. Ben Johnson's going to need to work with Ryan Poles on beefing up that offensive line, whether it be through draft, free agency. I think they have like $60 million in cap space, so we'll see what the Bears are able to do on both those fronts. But there's a lot of excitement, I think, for Bears fans. Cole Kmet, he's probably the happiest. He was very much underutilized this past season on the offensive side, so he was really mainly used as a blocker and ever so often, caught some balls here and there, but he really ought to have been more prominent in the Bears offense. And you saw what Ben Johnson was able to do with Sam Laporta. So I think I think Cole Kmet is super excited. We'll see what the offensive coordinator position is going to be. I mean, that's definitely going to be kind of know a glorified position, if you will. It's not really going to be much since Ben Johnson is going to be one designing and doing the plays, kind of like what Matt Nagy or maybe a little bit of Eric Bieniemy when Andy Reid was there. So that'll be yet to be determined. I know Mark Brunell. I think his name has been kind of tossed around a little bit. He is a 19-year NFL pro, and I think he could provide a lot of insight and knowledge to Caleb Williams about the mental approach, the differences between obviously college and the NFL, just how to win in the NFL. Had some pretty successful stints there with Jacksonville. So I think he could possibly be a good, kind of a glorified offensive coordinator. He was the head. He was the quarterback coach over there. Helping coach Jared Goff there with the Detroit Lions while Ben Johnson was there. So that might make the most sense. And I think Mark Brunell has spoken that he doesn't necessarily want to be an offensive coordinator. He's not much of the schemer and going from down to down necessarily, but he would much rather be a coach, kind of be that more of the mental side, more of like the psychologist side, I guess, with coaching. So I think that's where he could fit in really well there. Again, depending if he wants to be that. So, but Ben Johnson calling the plays on the offensive side, making sure things are running. Dennis Allen there at DC, like those sound like a great setup going into next season. So Let me know what you think about this whole situation with the Bears, with possibly Dennis Allen. What do you think about that Mark Brunell idea? Let me know what you think in the comments. And hey, I'm excited for you, Bears fans. Bear down.